Welcome to the TV business. You are the owner of a new television network. All you have are 3 awful public access shows, a small amount of cash, and endless ambition. Plus, it looks like there's another new TV network in town, and boy, do they look like competition.
Hey Meeple people, what's going on? And on today's vlog, we are going to be playing The Rival Networks by Ferret Games. Ooh. This is only a 2-player.
Yep, this is a strictly 2-player version of The Networks, which is a game by the Ferret Games. They've got a base game and several expansions out at this point. I really, really adore The Networks. And today we'll be playing The Rival Networks, which, like we said, is kind of like a 2-player version of The Networks. Now, the original game, The Networks, did have a 2-player variant as well, but this is like distilled down just for 2 players, and is supposed to kind of emulate the Network's experience specifically for 2 players.
Yes, indeed.
Should we try it?
Yeah, let's go ahead and jump in. Can you give us a little bit of an overview how the game will kind of flow?
Sure. So if you're familiar with The Networks, a lot of this stuff is going to seem familiar. If you're not, this overview is going to specifically cover the Rival Networks, but a lot of this will be similar in The Networks. So the way that it works is we are rival television network executives who are starting with a very limited sort of public access channel. We have some shows that we start with. For example, in my 8 p.m. time slot right now, I am airing the biannual county bubble wrap popping tournament.
This is what I'm airing.
And there's nobody watching that. Nobody's watching the annual bubble wrap popping tournament. So viewers are key in having a successful network. So we are going to be attempting to score viewers by putting better shows on the air, by signing star power to our network, by generating revenue with ads. And we are going to be trying to do all that in this game, in addition to keeping an eye on some awards that will be popping up throughout the game, which will get us additional points. So the way that it works is we are going to play 3 rounds or seasons in this game, where we're going to be signing new shows, new stars. We're going to be, securing new ad revenue, that kind of stuff. And we're going to do that for 3 seasons. At the end of 3 seasons, we're going to do like a final scoring round, and whoever has scored the most viewers or points will win the game. So the way that it works specifically in the Rival Networks is that the very first thing that you're going to do on your turn is you're going to develop a new show. So these are the shows that are currently available to be developed. And there's a few different things going on here. There's a genre type. So this one right here is sports. This one is sci-fi. I think this one is like a documentary. There's also the number of viewers you could get if this show is put into a particular time slot. So you'll see that like the 8 p.m. time slots are the sun, the 9 p.m. is the setting sun, and the 10 p.m. is the moon. So shows would like to be in certain time slots. For example, the National Basketball Association show that Nick just showed you, it prefers to be on at the 8 p.m. time slot. And if it is, you'll get more viewers than if it's not.
Yeah.
So you kind of want to put shows where they want to be, but you don't have to. The very first thing you're going to do on your turn is you're going to select one of these shows to put on air. So maybe I want to put on Jessica Bones. Jessica Bones wants to be on at the 10 p.m. time slot, and there's no reason I can't cancel my emergency broadcast test hour to put on something better. So the very first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draft a season 1 show to put on air. So I'm going to draft Jessica Bones. In this case, I am going to cancel the emergency broadcast test hour. Now that means I'm going to move it from its current location into my reruns section, which is right over here. The only reason that we're going to keep it in reruns in this game is because this icon right here could score us a genre bonus if we have 3 or more of that type throughout our entire network at any point in the game. So it's going to go into reruns. It's not going to mean anything for us while it's there, except to help us count towards that 3 count for the genre bonus. Then I'm going to take Jessica Bones and I'm going to place it in the 10 p.m. time slot. I'm going to immediately score the viewers for this show, and because it is in the correct time slot, that's going to give me 3 viewers. So I'm going to take my little disc here, and I'm going to move it to 3. Now, as I move along these various tracks here, every time I pass one of these eyeball icons, I'm going to take one of these tokens and I'm going to place it near my house. At the end of every round, or at the end of a player's turn, players are going to take all the tokens they've acquired that turn and place them in their house. And individual players can look at their own house contents, but you can't ask anybody else what's in their house. So we're going to be banking those tokens later this turn. I've now signed new show to my 10 p.m. time slot. I've got Jessica Bones in play. The next thing that's going to happen is I'm going to sign a star and an ad. And the way that's going to work is I'm going to look at these two columns of cards here and I'm going to choose one row and take both the ad and the star in that row. Now, the ads and the stars are going to generate money and additional viewers for us throughout the game. So Nick is going to show you two of these cards here. The ads are going to work a couple of different ways. I think the one that you're looking at right now, if Nick will hand it back to me.
No, it's mine.
Okay, yeah. So this one is going to score $4 million if you lead. Is that correct? If you lead in the...
if you lead in the...
Okay, in the 8 p.m. time slot. So if I have more viewers in this time slot than my opponent, I'll get $4 million when I use this ad. Otherwise, I'd only get $1 million. So there are ones like that where you want to be leading in a certain time slot. There's ones where you have to discard additional ads, but if you do, then you get more money.
And you're assured to get that money. That's not like, it's not like if you're not leading in one. So, which is pretty cool.
You use the money that you generate here to purchase network cards. And network cards can be used later in the turn. Essentially, they have a cost in the upper right-hand corner, and they're going to give you an ability that you can use once per game. And they're also going to count for some of our season awards, and I'll come back to that later. So you'll take, like I said, a row containing an ad and a star. So we talked about the ads. Let's talk about the stars for a second. The stars are going to increase the number of views that you'll get on a particular channel. And they're going to do that by adding the number of views in the upper right-hand corner to that show for you, but they have some peculiarities. They want to be on certain types of shows, and they will only perform on those types of shows. So this gentleman right here, the insulting game show host, he'll get us 3 additional viewers when he's placed on documentaries. However, he can't be placed anywhere else. So I could not sign him to any of my shows right now, but Nick could put him on his Wide World of Forks. So what's going to happen is I'm going to select a row. Let's say that I decide to grab these two, and then I'm going to place these items into my green room. While they're in my green room, they don't really do much for me. They don't generate the revenue or the views or anything like that, but they're available for me to place onto shows or use throughout the game. And that's what I can do next. So after I've drafted a row from this section here, I have the option of placing as many stars for my green room as I want onto one show in my lineup. However, I do have to make sure that those genre icons match. So my dashing lead right here, he wants to be on a sci-fi show, but I do have 2 sci-fi shows in my lineup. I've got Unlocking My Cat's Psychic Potential at the 9 p.m. time slot and Jessica Bones at the 10 p.m. time slot. So I'm going to go ahead and add my dashing lead to the 10 p.m. time slot. Now, if I wanted to, I could also take this star, which is can be signed to any show, and I could also add that one to Jessica Bones, but I could not add it to a different show. Since I've already started adding stars to this show, I have to continue adding to that show. When you add a star to a show, you'll immediately add the number of views that they would bring to that show to your board as well. So here, when I add the dashing lead to Jessica Bones, I get 3 additional views, making this a total of 6. That passes another eyeball. So I will grab another eyeball and put it over here. And finally, the last thing that I can do on my turn is buy and use network cards. And this is where that revenue comes into play. So if I lead in the 10 p.m. time slot, which I currently do, I'm further ahead than my opponent. So if I lead in the 10 p.m. time slot, my McTacos ad generates $3 million for me. Otherwise, it would only generate 2. Now, unfortunately for me, $3 million is not going to be enough to purchase any of these network cards. However, let's say that it was, I would discard the ads that I need to pay for the network card, and then I would put it into my sort of network area. Once you have network cards, you can use them on your turn during this phase of the turn. This one here says draw 3 random stars and put 2 of them into your green room and discard the remaining. So I could do that right now if I wanted to. When I use a network card, I'm going to turn it 90 degrees, and I'm going to keep it in my network. It's no longer useful to me. I can't actually use it anymore as a network card. However, there are some reasons we might need these to see how many players, how many each player has acquired throughout the game or used or that kind of thing. And the reason for that is because at the end of each season, which is when we run out of season cards of a particular type, so eventually we'll get to the point where we have used up all these cards and we get to a season finale. When we get to a season finale, we're going to go ahead and move on to the next season, if there is one. And the way that looks is we are going to eventually, so what happens is when a player finishes their turn, anything that needs to be refilled will be refilled. So for example, we would turn over another card from here to refill this deck. We would turn over cards from here to refill this deck, and we turn over cards from here to refill this deck. When we get to a point when the season finale card would come into play, let's say we're something like this. Now that the season finale card is in the sort of draft row right here, players can still draft shows as normal, or instead they can choose to take the season finale card. When they do that, they are effectively ending the current season at the end of their turn, and we are going to do some sort of mid-game cleanup, and we're going to do some mid-game scoring and that kind of stuff. And one of the things that is going to happen during this period of time is that we are going to score for the current season's awards show. So there's going to be an awards night at the end of each season, and we will get viewers and stars based on 3 different sort of categories in the award show. And the way that that looks for our current season 1 award show, there's a bunch of these in the box, but we're going to be playing with these. I'm not going to hand this to Nick because I won't remember what I'm saying if he takes it away. You can see it in just 1 second. So for the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at the 10 p.m. time slot, and whoever's winning in that time slot gets a viewer. We're going to see if anybody has exactly 1 sports show in their lineup. If only one player has exactly 1 sports show, like right now I have only exactly 1 sports show, then I would get a viewer for that. And then we're going to see who has the higher total of value of acquired network cards, and that player is going to get a star off the top of the star deck. We're also going to do some sort of intermittent scoring for each one of the channels that we have on our network based on who has the most points. Players will get some additional viewers, or if you're behind, you'll get a star instead. And that is pretty much a season. We play through 3 seasons. At the end of the 3rd season, we will do a little bit of endgame cleanup and maintenance, and then we will reveal all of, oh, excuse me, I did not mention. So at the end of a round, at the end of your turn, once you've acquired all of these, you put them into your little house bank. And at the end of the game, we will reveal all of the tokens in our little house banks, and whoever has the most points wins the game. Cool. So that is a quick and dirty overview of how to play the rival networks. Nick, would you like to give it a try?
Yes.
All right. Yes. So let's kind of clean up my examples over here.
Elevator music.
All right, I think we are ready to begin.
Are we now?
We are. Okay. Are you ready?
Yes, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
You're going first.
I am going first. So randomly, it was determined that I get to go first. And so I'm going to start by developing a show. So I'm going to select one of these shows. Well, I really like this one. This one's my favorite of all of the selection, but I want to keep in mind that at the end of this season, there's an award if you only have 1 sports channel in your lineup at the end of the season. And if I take it, I will definitely have more than 1. So let's see, Nikki. There's some There's some sci-fi actors available for grabs over here. So I think I'm going to take Jessica Bones. The preferable time slot for Jessica Bones is 10 p.m. So we'll cancel the emergency broadcast test hour, just like in my example, and we'll sign Jessica Bones, getting 3 viewers, which is...
1 viewer?
Excuse me, 1 viewer. 3 points, 1 viewer, which is one of those. The next thing I'm going to do is sign a star and take an ad. And I think I would like to have... Well... I love this guy, so I'm going to take this guy. So I'm going to put I'm going to put these guys in my green room. The next thing I'm going to do is optionally attach stars to shows. I think I will go ahead and add this person to Jessica Bones. So I will get 2 additional views, which gets me another eyeball.
Eyeballs.
The next thing I could do is use ads, but right now I don't want to because I do not lead in the 8 p.m. time slot, so this would only be worth $1 million. And if I can wait till I lead, then I can make that worth more money. So I don't want to use that just yet, which means I won't buy any network cards. I don't have any network cards to use, so that's going to be my first turn. We're going to turn over a new ad, a new star, and a new show, and it is Nick's turn.
My turn, you say. Okay, sir, okay. All right. Let's see.
Oh, and I put these into my house.
I will. Let's see. I'll go ahead and take the national.
This one? No, this
sports. One. The National Basketball Association. Okay. And I will switch it out for my Wide World of Forks. That'll get me 4 points and 1 eyeball. Okay. And then we'll move on to signing a star and an ad. Let's go ahead. Wow, I did not think of that one. Let's go with the center.
Okay. The creepy vampire and Eau d'Onion Parfum.
Okay. And we're going to go ahead and, do that.
The creepy vampire has a little teddy bear. It can't be that creepy.
No, but the teddy bear has teeth, so...
Oh, my. Maybe it's the creepy vampire is in reference to the teddy bear, not the...
I don't want to say the teddy bear, because maybe the teddy bear will attack. So, let's see. I did that, and now optional, I can attach stars if I want to, sir, if I want to.
You could put the creepy vampire on getting to know your lower colon, which I feel like could be very well paired.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Attach that there. T points. Q.
Okay, you're gonna...
I can't afford anything. No, I can't. No.
You good?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna turn over a new card here.
2 cards over there.
New cards over here.
And then end of my turn, so I hide my eyeball points.
So this ad right here is a little bit different than ones we've previously seen. It has this icon instead of one of the time slot icons. So this one typically means if you lead in a time slot, then you get the bigger number of viewers. This one right here means that if you discard this ad plus an additional ad, then you get $5 million.
So we'll go ahead and show.
Okay.
So you're leading in a time slot, and this is where you can discard 2. There you go, to get that 5 million. Cool. Cool, Sarah. Like so?
Yep, like so. All right, so it's my turn to develop a show. So I'm going to take one of these over here. And one of the things that we are kind of aiming to do in this is collect 3 or more of the same type of show, because if we can do that, we'll get a bonus. So I have 2 sci-fi shows on my channel right now. If I could get a third one, I would unlock a bonus. Unfortunately, though, there are no more sci-fi shows in the draft row right now. So I'm going to move on to a different show type. Let's see. I don't really want to cancel my 10 p.m. show because it's doing okay for me right now. I think what I'm going to do...
What about the Blue Detectives one?
I do like the Blue Detectives one. If I signed that, I would get 3 viewers. Let's see. And there is an action star over there. I think what I'm actually going to do, though, is sign... No, I'm going to sign the romance because the genre bonus, if you collect 3 or more romance shows across all of your time slots, is that you get a megastar. And the megastars are, I like the megastars. So I'm going to go ahead and sign the romance, and it wants to be on at the 9 p.m. time slot. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to cancel unlocking your cat's psychic potential.
Darn.
So that's going to go into my reruns. This is going to get me 3 viewers for being in the preferred time slot. That gets me an eyeball. And then I am going to draft a star and an ad. And I think I'm going to take this Dashing Lead and this McTacos ad and place them into my green room. All right, next I'm going to attach stars if I choose. Let's see. I am going to go ahead and attach my Dashing Lead to my Jessica Bones TV show. That's going to get me an additional 3 views over here, which gets me 1 more eyeball. Now, if I wanted to, I could also attach my local tricycling champion over here. Yeah, okay, we'll do that. So I'm going to also go ahead and attach local tricycling champion over here. This is going to be an interesting show for sure. And I think that that's all I'm going to do right now. I am not going to use my ads to purchase anything because I only have, well, I do have 4 million and that's enough for that one. Yeah, okay. So I get $3 million from this ad since I am leading in this category, and I only get $1 million from this ad since Nick is ahead of me in this category. So for a combined total of $4 million, I will spend that to get this flexible schedule networks card. It says that I can add 2 ratings points to a single show. So I'm going to set this aside for now. I'll put it over here. And later I can use that to get 2 ratings points added to a single show. And then that's going to be my turn. So we'll refill all the decks. And it's over to you, Nick.
Q. All right, sorry, I'm taking everything. I want exactly 1, and I want to be winning the 10 p.m. time slot.
You should just give that one up.
Oh, that's what you think, huh?
Mm-hmm. That is what I think.
Not that far away, Sarah.
So one thing that's interesting to me about this particular game, the Rival Networks, is that you use these tracks to track your viewership of a particular show, and the only way to continue to move up on this track here is by adding more and more stars to your show. If you want to, you can cancel a show and put on a different show, but if you do that, you restart on the track here. So if I want to keep continuing to use Jessica Bones to get viewership at the 10 p.m. time slot, I either have to continue to add stars to it, or I have to cancel it and put on something different. And when I cancel it, I have to drop all the way back to the beginning of the track. Oh, I forgot to put mine in the house.
No, please, keep it out. I'd love to keep track of your score. In our practice game, our scores were 1 point difference.
Yeah. I lost by 1 point.
Yeah. For some reason, I thought it was very funny, but yeah.
I did not.
I was kind of like, wow, I'm laughing a lot for just a point difference, but I just think, I don't know. Okay, so I got a new show. I got the points for that show, and I got the eyeballs for that show.
It is time to grab yourself an ad and a star.
Let's see. Why don't you go ahead and... Let's get that first one. The ad is very nasty. It's gross. It's called the Hairy Hamburgers.
The one that it was replaced with is called Persnickety Pizza. And then there's also the Retired Athlete that just came out.
I also got the Insulting Game Show Host. Yay. So I got that. I'm going to go ahead and actually attach the Insulting Game Show Host to the burp.
Lovely.
I feel like now he's insulting people that are being disgusting. It's like, you're burping out of nothing? Like, what the? Gross. Get out of here. So that's 3.
And that gets you another eyeball.
3 does get me another eyeball. Okay.
I don't think they're called eyeballs. I can't remember what they're called.
Views.
Views, maybe. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. So that's there. And do I want to buy something? I'm not in the lead.
Did you pick up a...
I did.
Okay.
You just refilled it right away.
I'm really bad at that.
It's all good. Let's see. Man, I am not doing so hot and only doing good 1. Oh, we're tied here at the 10 p.m. time slot.
The season finale is coming up, so...
It is. We shall see. Yeah, because the other ones aren't for 10 p.m. So it'll probably just be up for the reality show or whoever's up next. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and not buy anything. I already assigned. I could assign this guy to get 2. I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Moving backwards, I think, there you.
Backwards? I decided I didn't do anything else, so 1, 2. Okay, sorry. Geez, Sarah. Okay, that's that. And now I'm not gonna buy anything over there. I know I'm up, but I want to save my monies for a little bit longer. And I'm done. So we go to.
So now
the season finale pops out.
My turn.
Will you end it?
So now I can draft one of these shows and continue my turn as normal, or I could take the season finale card and trigger the end of this round. If I do that, we'll do some intermittent scoring, and we will do the season 1 award show, and then Nick would get to go first in the next season. I am not sure that I really want to do that, though.
Finish it.
So I'm going to lose the 10 p.m. time slot for the award shows because there's no way for me to get additional stars into this here because all of the stars that are available right now do not want to be on this type of show.
And I can grab the season finale in my next turn.
Yep, and I don't have any stars in the green room. So I'm probably going to lose the 10 p.m. time slot award. Right now, Nick and I are tied for the sports award. We both have exactly 1, plus there are no more, so that's not going to change. And right now, I do have a higher value of the networks cards than Nick does, but that could also change. So what can I do to affect my fate here? Not a whole heck of a lot. Let's see.
Maybe look, I don't know, the next season.
I'm going to go ahead and draft my second action show, The Blue Detective. This one prefers to be on an 8, and that's fine. We'll definitely go ahead and cancel the biannual county bubble wrap popping tournament. So that goes into reruns. We'll put Blue Detective here. That's worth 3 viewers, which gets me an eyeball.
Eyeball.
Now I'm going to draft an ad and a star. And I think we'll go ahead and grab these two. They'll go to my green room. Optionally, I can attach an ad, so I will. I'll put the New Year's host on Blue Detective for an additional 1-2 points, which gets me another eyeball.
Eyeballs.
Then I could spend ad revenue to gain networks cards. However, this one is only worth $2 million right now because I don't have another ad that I could discard with it to make it worth 5. So I cannot afford networks cards. I could add 2 rating points to a single show. And I'm going to do that because I think that means that I can tie us up over here, which means that Nick won't get the points either. So I'll get an eyeball.
And then you get one of these, right?
Yep. And then because I've used this card essentially to affect this track in a way that is not referenced here, we'll add these tokens just so that we can, if anything happens to these and they like get bumped off the board, then we can use this to quickly add up how many points I should have, right? So it's 3, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you can see, okay, yep, that's 11 points. Now I'm going to keep this off to the side over here. We'll put it over here because it's used. I can't use it again, but we may use it to score things like the end of the season awards and that kind of stuff. And then I am going to pass turn and it's over to Nick. We're not going to refill this right now, but we are going to refill this. And if Nick picks this, then I will end the season on my next turn. If he picks this, then we'll end the season right now.
I'm going to go and do that.
Okay.
So I still get to do my turn. I just don't get to replace a show. Let's see. Dang it, Sarah. There's nothing that can save me now. Well, can I help myself in any way? Nope. Let's go ahead and snag this. Got a wily weather person and the Bristol bed warming. Bristol's. Okay.
I've been watching Boy Meets World on Disney Plus lately, and we just finished the episode where Eric was the temporary weatherman as an intern at the news station. I've been enjoying that. It's been a fun little nostalgia trip.
Nostalgia trips. Super addictive.
I don't know about that, but...
Well, I'm saying nostalgia is super addictive. I think. A little bit. That nostalgia booth at Gen Con's addictive. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh,
yeah, have
nostalgia
y'all...
memories.
Okay, tell us in the comments below, have you been to Gen Con? And if you have you seen the booth? Nick calls it the nostalgia booth, which I think is an apt term. I don't even know what company it is, but they have...
I don't think it is a company. I think
tons of product that's like... all kinds of stuff from, I would say, like maybe the last 30 years. Yeah. 30 years of like trading card games, LCGs, like
some board games,
all kinds of like stuff that is
trading cards.
Yeah, trading cards. We got the classic Christian LCG. Well, it wasn't an LCG. It was one of like the original trading card games. It's called Redemption. We got a bunch of stuff from that game. Nick got some stuff from the original Warlords or something like that.
Warlords. It's Warlords. Yeah. Some Warlord decks.
Yeah.
It was a trading card game, and I thought it was really cool when I was a kid, so I got to play it sometimes. The problem with it is I get things from the Nostalgia Booth, and then I don't do anything with the Nostalgia Booth. I do very little.
I got some of they had a Sims, like The Sims, if you guys remember, like Sim City and like games like that, like Sim Theme Park and stuff like that. They had like a trading card game for it. So I actually got a couple of like little booster packs for that just to kind of see. I used to play that kind of stuff a lot when I was younger. So I got some cards from The Sims. It was really fun.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and, well, let's see if I might, no.
Are y'all planning to go to Gen Con this year? I will be there. I'll be hosting the U.S. National Championships for 9 or 10 different games from different publishers and in different genres or things like that. It's a lot of fun. If you like tournaments, you should come and play. We have amazing prize packages by all of the publishers behind the games in the tournaments. And it's a good time. So y'all should check that out if you're going to be at Gen Con. U.S. National Championships for all kinds of games.
And I hopefully will be there just as Meeple's on the ground, running around, getting footage of Gen Con 2021. What? Okay, I'm done.
You're done. Okay.
I'm not.
And we're done with this season. So we're going to go ahead and score for the end of the first season. And the very first thing that we're going to do for that is we're going to look at these shows here and see who's ahead. So I'm ahead here and here. So I am going to score viewers for these two shows. Oh, sorry. I should have put these in my house.
No, please.
I forget that every time. So I'm going to score viewers for these two shows here. And then because we're tied over here, nothing is going to happen over here.
But you won the most. So
But Nick didn't win like any category, or I won more categories than Nick. So he is going to get for free a star off the top of the star deck. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. The next thing that's going to happen is we are going to do the season 1 awards. We're going to look at each of these categories in the awards, and we're going to score for those. So if there's a tie for any of these, then both players get it. Winning in the 10 p.m. time slot, we are tied. So we each get a single viewer.
There you are.
Thank you. Having exactly one sports show in your lineup is going to get us each one viewer.
Where's your sports show?
In reruns.
Oh. Okay.
And then finally, having a higher total value of acquired network cards. Nick has no network cards. I have one, so I will get a star for that.
Nice.
And that's going to go into my green room. Okay, so this is complete. We're finished with that. We're going to go ahead and move on to season 2, which means we can go ahead and reveal the season 3 rewards. So we just have a little bit of foreknowledge of what's coming. All of the viewers that we just earned for that phase of the game go into our little banks. We are going to scrap all of the existing stars and ads and turn over 3 more of those. We're also going to do that for the network cards. Oof. And Nick's got our next shows ready for us. And that is a round of the rival networks. Since Nick ended the last season, I get to go first in this season. And it's just going to be more of the same. So I'm looking at 2 sci-fi shows and 2 action shows, plus a romance and a sports show. So I guess probably, although this one has more viewers, and I'd have to cancel my big fat show over here, and that we are still looking to win in the 10 p.m. time slot for the season 2 awards. Well, let's look around here for a second. So there's a lot of ads that deal with romance. Now I can, if I want to, I could draft a show from here, and instead of canceling an existing show on my lineup, I could put it directly into reruns if I want to. That's not a terribly great move though, so I don't think I want to do that, even though it means I will have to part with one of my shows, and I'm not super excited about that. I think I'm going to do it anyway, and I think I'm going to draft The Amazing Vase. This one prefers to be on at the 8 p.m. time slot, so I guess we'll go ahead and cancel this show right here. So my viewership drops all the way back to 0. My New Year's host, unfortunately, gets let go. Blue Detective goes into reruns, and Amazing Vase comes on at 8. This is worth 6. And that passes 2 eyeballs. Whoops. Okay. Next, I will draft an ad and a star. And I would like these two. So I'll put those into my green room. Now I can sign an ad or a star if I choose.
Sprouse attack.
I think I'm going to... Yeah, okay. I think I'll sign the... ubiquitous character actor to Alive as far as we're concerned for an additional 2 viewings, which gets me another eyeball. And then if I wanted to, I could use ads to purchase network cards, but I only have $3 or $5 million. At the end of a season, for every award you do not get, draw 1 random star or gain a viewer. That's interesting. I think I'm going to pass, though. So I'm going to let my turn be over. We'll refill all these. And it's over to Nick.
Cuckoo. All right.
Oh, and I put these in my house.
No, please. There's some good stuff out here. When at 10 p.m., have more ratings in action stars. Have a higher total value of acquired network cards. Sorry.
Nikki.
I say. Let me get Battle Tots. Epic Battle Tots. Children fighting to the death. Whoa. Okay. That gets me 6, since it's the right time slot. And that is
2
2 eyeballs. Okay. And then we move on. I think I'm going to go for the middle.
Okay, that's Emergency Trousers Limited and the cult sci-fi hero.
Okay. All right, so I did that, and now I'm going to move to attaching any of these. Let's go ahead. Have more ratings in points with action stars and shows. I don't have any action stars there. You have all of one of the action
I was going to say,
stars.
I only have 1. I actually have 2. I have 1 in my green room, but she won't count to that end unless she's attached to a show.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and actually put these 2. The Wily Weather Person, and the cult sci-fi hero. They're both able to be put on sports, so we're going to put them both on Battle Tots, and that's going to be another 4 points.
Whoa.
1, 2, 3, 4. And that's
Which is another
2
eyeball.
eyeballs.
Another 2 eyeballs?
2 eyeballs.
It is another 2 eyeballs.
Get them all them eyeballs. And I really want to buy something. I don't think. Card, 2 ads. 3 ads. Huh. That could be nice. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do that because I'm pretty sure I have enough. I'm leading in the 9 p.m., so this alone will be able to pay for it, if you don't mind. Okay. And then I am done. So I'm going to go ahead and take all my earnings and hide them from Sarah.
All right,
She'll know how much I suck. My shows are worthless.
The new show that came out is a sci-fi show. If I draft this one, it'll be my third sci-fi show, and I'll get a genre bonus. For sci-fi shows, you get to draw 2 cards from the ad deck and place them into your green room upon acquisition of your third or more sci-fi show. So I may want to do that one. Plus, that one goes on at 8 p.m., which wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. So we're going to cancel the Amazing Base. Even though we just brought it on air, we're going to cancel it. So
it wasn't doing too hot.
All the way back to 1. We'll put the Wilbur in. This will go into reruns. I didn't have any ads or stars to cancel or fire. So we're going to do this, and that is in the correct time slot, so it's going to get me 5, which is worth 2 eyeballs. And then I'm going to draft a star and an ad, and I would like very much to have these. Next, I can add stars and ads to shows if I want. I think I am going to add the Femme Fatale to Jessica Bones for an additional 2 viewers.
No eyeballs for you.
And then, let's see. Do I want a network card? Let's see. Let's see. I've got 3. I have maybe like 5 to 8 million. I think maybe. I think I'm going to go ahead and get this one. So it's going to cost me $4 million. I'm winning in the 8 p.m. time slot, so this is worth $3 million. I'm not winning in the 9 p.m. time slot, though, so this one's only worth 2. So that's a total of $5 million for this $4 million.
Having second thoughts.
No, I'm still going to go ahead and do that.
I think that's a nice one to have.
And then I'm going to add this over here. And then my turn is over, and I'll add these to here. We'll turn over new stars and ads and a new show.
New network.
And a new network. And it's Nick's turn.
Spin-off. Oh, spin-offs.
I had that one in our practice game. I like it. It says that you may keep up to 2 stars from a canceled show. So
it's 8 million though.
We haven't canceled very many. Well, I guess I have canceled quite a few, but if you cancel a show that has stars on it, then normally you have to discard all of those stars. But if you have spin-off, you can keep up to 2 of them. So.
You are going to be able to do the season finale if you want to. So I got to make sure I make this count. Okay, I'm going to go take...
I did not get my 2 ads from the ad deck when I signed my 3rd sci-fi show, so I'm going to grab those
go
now.
Ahead and grab those.
That means I would have had more money to buy a networks card, but I'm not going to worry about it.
Okay. I think the one you got was pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's a good end of the game, just a couple more points to win. Can I get that, what's it called?
Precocious puberty.
Precocious puberty. No. And we're going to go put it here.
Precocious puberty reminds me a little bit of Arrested Development, which I absolutely I just love that show.
So we go all the way back and then do 5.
There's always money in the banana stand.
You let the banana stand burn down? There was what, like millions of dollars in it. You didn't tell me there was, because I said there's always money in the banana stand. So that gets me 2. And then I'm going to go ahead and see what I want to buy or get. You only have 1. Is that also count as another one for?
Excuse me?
The action stars?
I have 2 action stars, and they're generating me 4 views at this point.
I have to have higher. Gonna take it higher. I don't know if I can use any of those, actually, Sarah. Sucks. What can I do? Can I get the first one?
The Potatonator and the reality TV judge. For you.
For me. Okay. I can't play any of my actors. So I'm going to do my infomercial. I'm going to discard up to 3 ads and draw up to that number of random stars plus 1.
Okay.
Ooh. Okay, let's see. Where am I losing at? Terribly. There's 1. And let's see. 2. Let's do 3.
Okay.
So go give me 4 stars.
Is the number plus 1?
Yeah, discard up to 3 ads and draw that number of random stars plus 1.
Wow. That's a good card.
Maybe I'll be able to play something. Oh, no. Say it. Okay. I can play the adorable hipster that I just picked up. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Put the adorable hipster over here. And wow, I need a romance. So that's 1, 2, 3, and that gets me 1 more bow. And which I'm going to go ahead and...
So you don't have any action stars, right?
I don't.
So currently I'm winning on the 10 p.m. time slot. I have more ratings for action stars than you do. And you have, and I have more.
I'm also done. So
okay.
You can
hit
that season finale if you want to.
So we're going to refill everything, starting with this, and then this. Yeah. And it's my turn. I am going to go ahead and end this season. So I'm going to take this. Let's see. I would like these. And let's see, what do I want to do? I really would like to get an action show, maybe next season. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to add any stars. I have 2 stars. They both have to be on action shows. I don't have any action shows, or they could be on a documentary. I also don't have a documentary. So yeah, can't add my stars. But I am going to potentially buy or use network cards at the end of a season. For every award you do not get. Yeah, I don't want that one. Take 1 star from your opponent. I don't really want that one. Keep up to 2 stars from a canceled show. That could be useful. I think what I'm going to do instead, though, is use this one. Gain a viewer. You may immediately spend $4 million in ads to gain another 2 viewers. So I will do that, spending $4 million from my Reflux Orange Juice ad. Since I have the most viewers here, this is worth $4 million. So I gain 3 total viewers for this network card. And that's going to be my turn. So I'll put this in here. And then we are going to go ahead and do season finale. So I'm ahead of you here and here. So yes. I get 2 viewers for that. Mm-hmm. You get a star.
Give me that star.
Okay.
The morning show host. Great. Another.
We'll do season 2 awards night. Winning in the 10 p.m. time slot. That's me. So I get a viewer. Having more ratings, points in action stars on my shows. I've got 2, 4, and you have none?
None.
Okay. So I get another viewer for
I'm
that.
just not doing so hot in these two.
And then
finales.
finally have a higher total value of acquired network cards. Mine are worth 8 and yours is worth 4. So I get a star
Jeez.
for that as well. All right, we take all these guys and put them in our house. And that is the season finale of season 2. You're up next, and it's season 3, the final season
We gotta get rid of all these.
of the rival networks.
Dun dun dun. Season finale. This is the final countdown. Then the show gets canceled. What? No! At least your show's Nick will get canceled. You weren't that great. Doesn't seem like it's going out that well in this game for me. So I understand.
All right, you're up.
Cool. So we need 10 p.m. time slot. Have the show with the most rating points and sitcoms. Okay. Have the most genre bonuses. Okay. All right. Let's just see if I can get a genre bonus. Outstair League. I'll go ahead and take Outstair League.
It's Overstair League, but
Overstair
I don't
League?
know what
Oops.
that is.
I think he's looking at a computer, and the computer is like just staring back. I'm not sure. We'll show you guys. Okay. Hopefully I showed that well. So that gets me, I have to go all the way back, and then that gets me 8, because it's at the correct time slot. And that gets me, whoa, 3. Okay. So that is my third bonus for sports. I gained 3 rating points on a single show. Let's see. I'm gonna go and put this on Overstair League. So
Oh, I get it.
get another eyeball.
It's Overwatch.
I don't know about that.
You don't think?
No, I think it's like a, what is it? The esports. I don't know. I think it's making fun of esports. So I got that. Next, I gotta go home and pick something up. Can I pick up the first one? Okay, got career stuntman and a luxury spacecraft. Luxury spacecraft over here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and add some. Let's see what we got going on. Man, I need a romance to come up. I'm gonna go put the career stuntman and the morning show host on the Overstair League. Gets me 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and another eyeball. Okay. And I do not have enough money right now. I have 8 million. Sarah.
Nikki.
have the show with the most rating points. I could get this, and I'll do that. That's 8 million. These two go bye-bye. And I just have a crap ton of stars. And that's me.
Okay.
So I'm going to go hide all my juicy viewer reports. Viewer points. Oh, look. There it is. My romance.
And you want that because you'll be able to attach all those.
I will be able to attach a lot to that.
Yeah.
So,
I really should keep you from getting that.
you don't need it, Sarah. You don't need it.
But I'd prefer this one. If I get this one, I get my third action genre bonus, which would be to draw a star and an ad and keep them. So that's not super terrific. I'll get this.
No.
So I'm going to cancel the Wilbur. And then I am going to get 7 viewers, which is 1, 2, 3 eyeballs. And then I'm going to grab this. And then I'm going to attach a bunch of stars. Oh, just kidding. A few stars, 2 stars to this for an additional 5. We'll attach the square-jawed actor and the former comedian gone dramatic to the Handmaid's Tale, giving me an additional 5 for a total of 12, which gets me 1 more of these. And then I could... Oh, we should have refilled this.
Oh, sorry.
Draw 1 random star for every time slot you do not lead in.
Sarah.
Nikki. Well, I'd really like that one, but that's very expensive. And I don't have enough money. I do have enough money for it. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. Yes. We're going to spend $5 million from this combined pair, plus $3 million because I lead in this time slot. That's a total of 8, plus $2 million since I don't have a second one to pair with this, for a total of $10 million in ad revenue.
That's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money. I'm going to use that to buy an all-star cast. It says this turn, when attaching stars, you may ignore the genre for up to 3 stars. And I'm going to just kind of stick that away for later. I'm going to stick that away for later.
Okay.
And then that's my turn. It is over to you.
Me, say. Okay. All right. So, man, this season is almost up too. The end of the game is coming. Okay.
Oh,
I'm going to get without a paddle. And I go back down here, but then I go up 7 because I have it in the correct time slot. That gets me 3. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'll take the first one. Okay. And there's some ad money. There's the kid from the commercial. Oh boy. All right. Let's go ahead and I'm going to add some actors to the without a paddle. Add 2 actors. So that's 4. 1 eyeball. And Then I have a feeling you might end it. Well, no, you won't be able to end it that time.
Yeah, I can't.
So I'll hold on to my networks card.
Okay.
And I'm not leading in that, so it's only 2 million. I can't buy any networks cards. So, Sarah, I'm done.
All right.
How's that Handmaid Tale doing for you? It's really nice to have a card that you can play actors on.
Okay, so
I'm not going to hide my viewing points.
you have 2 genre bonuses, right?
Oh, I didn't get my genre bonus. Thank you for reminding me. Sitcom. I draw 2. Haha. 2 cards from the ad deck. Or no, the stars. 2 stars. Sorry.
Okay. But you're leading into, you have 2 genre bonuses, right?
I do have 2 genre bonuses.
Okay, and
the
I have
sitcom and the sports.
1, but I'm really close to a bunch of other ones. So if I grabbed a green show or a blue show, I could get another one. So I really don't want to cancel this show because that's got, although, no. There's a networks card that says that when you cancel a show, did you get it? When you cancel a show, you can keep ads.
No, we didn't.
You can keep
None
stars.
of us got it, yeah.
That would be a really good one because I'd like to cancel this, but I'll lose a ton of stuff if I do.
In
so
our
I don't.
practice game, when you had that, you got a one of your major, or was it? It's one of your.
Oh, I have
stars.
to take this one to get the genre bonus. So I could just not put it on in the time slot that it's preferred, which I think is what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do that because that'll get me another genre bonus. So we're gonna cancel.
Okay. Oh, you're still not putting it. Okay, I gotcha.
Okay, we're gonna cancel Alive as far as we're concerned, and we're going to fire the ubiquitous character actor to put Killing Eve on the air. This is not in the preferred time slot, so it's only going to score 5. That still gets me 2 eyeballs. Then that is my 3rd action show across the network. So I get a bonus. I get to draw a star and an ad and place them in my green room. So,
Cute. Like that. Totally totes.
And then, you could end the game. So I want to try to beat you over here. So
You think you can do it? Huh, punk? You think?
I can because I have my all-star cast. So I can add up to 3 stars, ignoring their genre bonus or their genre requirements.
Well,
so
goodness.
I'm going to put all of these characters onto Jessica Bones, which has been my longest running show. We're adding this season a celebrity chef, the character who always dies in everything, and a children's show host for a total of 7 additional views, which brings me to 20.
That's 3
and
more.
that is 1, 2, 3 additional eyeballs.
Nice.
And then I think that's probably going to be all because I don't have enough money to purchase another network. So I am going to pass turn and put all these into my house and refill the decks. And it is over to you, Nick.
You don't say. You don't say, my good man. Or woman. Okay. I'm gonna... Are you thinking over there? I don't like it. I'm gonna lose. My time in the spotlight is coming to an end. I'm about to get fired. Okay. Let's go ahead and take season finale.
Okay. So Nick is going to end this season, end the game.
And then I'm going to go ahead and I will take... I can't use any of those. Wow, this sucks. And... I'm only leading in one time slot. Great. Let's go get the top one.
All right.
Wow, I have a lot of actors that are like mad at me right now. They're like, why aren't we in a show?
You just made us sit in the green room the whole time, man. You didn't give me my shot.
Okay. Let's see out of all these if we can play. We can play that one. Yikes, Sarah. It's a lot of
So at the end of the game, the person who has the most left over in their green room does get a little bit of a consolation prize. I don't remember what it is, but I think it's one viewer. I think
I'm gonna go ahead and put my influential party thrower on. Yeah, on the Overstair League. 1, 2.
Yeah, you get one viewer for having the most combined stars and ads left in your green room at the end.
And then I'm going to use my Vogue. Right, that's how you say that? Vogue.
It is.
Vogue. To add 4 rating points to your shows in any distribution. I'm going to just put all 4 on without a paddle because at the end of this season, have the show with the most rating points, +2 to
comedies.
Yeah, sitcoms.
Okay.
All right, so
let me just, I think that we're interpreting that correctly, but I do remember having a question about that in the previous game, so let's just make sure we are interpreting that correctly. That is a award. So that is only going to matter if the star has that icon on it.
Oh, only star? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some stars over there that...
I think you have more than I do anyway. Yeah. I only have
I'm actually going to put 3 over here. So 1, 2, no! 3. Yes. No! Yes.
Excellent. I thought I had that one. I just threw everybody over there.
And that's going to get me an eye. And then I'm going to go ahead and put 1 over here. So I tie up with you. I'm back, baby.
Okay. Are you finished with your turn?
So I did that. I'm not going to buy. I don't have enough to buy. I got 5. Yeah. So that's it, Sarah. We go into the last season finale and then the season 3 awards.
Okay. So for the next season finale,
who has
the first thing is, who has the most? And you are ahead of me in 2 categories. So you get 2 viewers.
Sweet.
And I get a star. Not that that's going to matter a whole hell of a lot, but there we go. The charity infomercial mainstay.
Okay. Next is, you got your star? Okay.
I did.
And last is season 3 awards.
Okay. So winning in the 10 p.m. time slot is
me,
Nick Traeger. So you get 2 eyeballs for that. Having the show with the most rating points and you get 2+ to sitcoms.
So I get...
I'm sorry, let me just read that one more time. It says...
A little tricky.
It says, add up the rating points of all stars with the genre. Yeah, it is. Have the show with the most ratings... Oh, excuse me, hang on. Any show of the indicated genre is considered... Do not move these. So it's going to be the show with the highest rating, which is this one. If it were a comedy, it would get 2 additional.
But I still get that. Yeah,
but you still get it. So you get 2 more viewers for that.
Put 1 in, and then get 3 back.
And then having the most genre bonuses. I had 2 genre bonuses.
I also had 2. Let me check. Yeah, I have 2.
Okay, so we both get 2 additional viewers.
I'm going to go ahead and put 1 in. Get a 3. I feel like I did well that one, but I didn't do well in the first 2 seasons. So
then the last thing that's going to happen is the player who has the most left in their green room gets 1 additional viewer. So you get 1 extra.
Oh, wow. Thanks.
And then we are going to reveal the number of points. Oh, you have a lot of red over there. And then we're going to count.
Oh.
Quietly.
This is the time that we count. We're just doing this very quietly right now.
Shut up. 34.
34.
Oh, really?
Gasp.
Okay, hang on. There is a tiebreak. I think it's the player who did not go first.
If that's the case,
I'm aware, Nick.
uh,
If there is a tie, the player who did not start the game wins.
oh, snap. It's that 1 point ahead all over again.
You won on the tiebreak.
Yes.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Okay.
And this is the Rival Networks.
2 players. Cool beans. So we're going to go ahead and move over to our final discussion, and we will talk to you guys in a second. All right. Toodles! Hey, Meeple people, how's it going? We're back for our final thoughts for the Rival Networks by Formal Ferret Games. Sarah, would you like to start us off on this one?
So this is the Rival Networks. It is sort of like a spiritual successor / 2-player version of the Networks. I really, really like the Networks. This is a clever, interesting, unusual experience of a game that is very, very well designed. There's no like loose ends in this game. It was created very, very, I don't know a good way to describe it, but there's just everything works in this game. It all works well together. The theme is so well integrated with the mechanics. The artwork is a little unusual. This is not something that I would necessarily be attracted to, but it fits. It fits the flavor of this experience very well, and I really like this game. We have all of the content that has ever come out for this game, and I really enjoy this one quite a bit. It's strange, but wonderful. And when I found out about the Rival Networks, I was excited because there is a 2-player version in this game. There's like a variant that you can play with 2 players, but it sort of includes this like almost like a dummy player or a Mechanica sort of player. An Autonoma sort of player. Yeah.
And those don't usually work out as well as
they're not my favorite thing.
Yeah.
For me to really feel like a game seats 2, it needs to seat 2 without changing drastically all of the rules that you'd play if it
like
seated
setup
more
can change
than
a little
2.
bit, but when you're saying like, you have to add some rules or take out some rules, it's like
to me that doesn't necessarily feel like it's genuinely a 2-player game.
Yeah.
And that's the way that this one was. It does work well at 2, but you do have to change some things around in order to actually play it with 2.
Yeah.
So I was really excited about the Rival Networks because this is supposed to be a 2-player version of the Networks. And this was okay, but I don't like it half as much as I like the Networks. Even playing the 2-player variant for the standard Networks, I think I'd rather do that than play the Rival Networks.
And see, I haven't played the Networks enough, and playing this, I'm like, I enjoyed this as a 2-player experience because, one, I don't have to deal with an autonomous player. Where it's just kind of like fudging up things, or like, it's smoothly going along and then a autonomous player kind of jerks the train. I enjoyed the simplicity of this, but that's not always a good thing because it takes away, some of the thinkiness of games or the strategy of games. But I did enjoy, like I said, the simplicity and the, back and forth with one player. And it was smooth. It went all right. And yeah.
I think as a 2-player game, it's pretty great.
Yeah.
I just think that in my mind, I was thinking this is going to be the Networks streamlined for 2. And I'd rather play the Networks, even with the 2-player variant, than playing the Rival Networks.
Yeah.
Even having said that, though, this retains sort of the overall feel of the Network. So if you like the art, if you like the design, if you like the idea, if you like some of the mechanics, this is all going to be sort of a streamlined version of the Networks, but specifically for 2.
Yeah.
And the gameplay was more different than I expected it to be from the regular Networks, but it was still a fully functional game. It still worked really well. It still was very interesting and compelling. And it was
to me, it felt like a very competitive head-to-head experience.
Yeah, it was definitely
which
that.
you don't always get from the networks.
Yeah.
Sometimes in the networks, I feel like you can be really focused on your television network and what's going on in front of you, and kind of not necessarily oblivious to the other players, but not as cognizant of what's going on with their TV stations as I felt like I was in this one. And maybe that's just because there's only one player to focus on, but I also think it was because the mechanics of this game really direct you to
a confrontation.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
you are a rival network.
Yeah.
In the networks, it's like, yeah, you're trying to compete with everybody else, but in this one it's like, no, you're really trying to compete with people, and it's gonna bite you if you don't, if you don't have the right strategy, or you don't you're not competitive. If you're not competitive and you're just taking things that aren't really helping you, you will be hurt. But if you're just, paying attention to what your opponent has, and then you go ahead and get yourself a bonus here and there, and then you get some special abilities that get you more views, and then the views in the game, at the end will get you, you win or lose. But yeah, I think this is really kind of a tight-knit experience if you especially if you let it go. Like if you misplay a couple times and you're just like, oh well, okay, whatever, I'll come back. You might not come back as well as you think.
So yeah, I think that this doesn't necessarily capture the essence of the networks as well as I had hoped, but mechanically it's solid, and as a 2-player game without considering its predecessor, I think it's fine.
Yeah.
And it was good. I liked it.
Would you recommend people get the networks or the
rival networks? If you can only get one, I would say base it on your player count. If you're playing this game primarily at 2, get the rival networks. If you're going to play with 3 to 5 players, which is what you can do with the networks, then get the networks.
I agree with that. I was kind of wanting to throw you a little bit of a curveball and be like,
I feel like they've definitely worked very hard to solidify the experience of the networks for 2 players in the rival networks, and I feel like they've done a pretty good job making sure that the experience that you get here fits the player count. And I feel like it does that better than the networks does for 2. The networks, to me, definitely feels like it's better with 3 to 4 or 5 players. And so for me, if we're going strictly on 2-player experiences, do this one. That kind of contradicts what I said a little bit earlier. I personally would rather play the networks at 2, but I feel like this is... So it's such a struggle because I really like the networks.
Just play both. Get both. You'll save yourself the trouble. Just
if you're playing with 2, if you're playing primarily with 2, get the rival networks. If you ever think you might play with more, then get the networks.
Just go ahead and put your head in that hose and drink from it.
Yes. Yeah. And if you get this and you like it, freaking get this, because this game is special. And I really like this game, and I hope that you would too. There's also a solo variant for this one, and there's a lot of expansion content that's available for this one as well. So if you like either one of these, there's plenty of room to grow, not just laterally here, but also within each game. So
yeah, cool. All right, so that was our final thoughts of the rival networks.
And kind of a little bit of the networks.
A little bit of the networks. Get a little bit of double whammy.
We'll have to show this one off on the channel one day because, like I said, this game is just, I don't know. I feel like this is a special experience.
Magical experience.
I feel like there's so many fantastic games out there, and this is definitely one of them, but I don't always feel like there are very many special games out there, and this, to me, is a special game.
Yeah, too, it's a special game. Everyone has their special...
Yeah, so I really like this one. Maybe we'll do it.
Splendor is my special. No.
I like it. I do. Just not as much as you do. I don't think I like it half as much as you do. Anyway, one day we'll play the networks on the channel, and we'll show off some of the additional stuff that we have for this. We have all the expansion content for it. We've got, there were some deluxe upgrades and stuff like that with one of the Kickstarters that Formal Ferret ran. So we've got all the deluxe content for it. We've got all the expansions. Maybe someday we'll show off a little bit more of the networks on the channel.
Cool. Well, all right. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this vlog on the rival networks. And again, hit that subscribe button to stay up to date on all of our content. And yeah, we'll see you all next time. Toodles!